So after a couple trips to Mexico, we went ahead and actually hit the track. It was a no prep event, so I went ahead and just kept the same tune-up that didn't quite hook up on the street, but I figured being on a track that it would have a little more grip, so here we go. Alright, so going over the pass we just had here, here's the data from that pass. I'm still pulling a lot of timing, so that's the biggest thing you want to look at here is we're just pulling a ton of timing to keep traction in check. So we got our launch RPM at 4,500, so we're on that two-step. We boost builds really fast because this is a pretty loose converter right now, so our boost comes up really nice. Like our wastegate pressure is 5 psi, and that's what we're wanting to leave on. She comes up so nice and smooth and fast. I love it. A couple of the passes I wasn't even bumping in. So but watch our spark advance. So we're at 15 on the two-step, and as soon as I release the button, and launch timer is a good clue there, so that's when I release the button, that's when launch retard and everything else just kind of starts. That's when the clock starts, is when that button gets let go. So we're leaving on no spark advance at all and pulling all the power that we can. And we did hook out of the hole because of that, because we've just got no advance at all. So we're curving in here, and then this is our actual like stall speed of the converter. It's about 6K. It's pretty loose. Over the winter, I'm gonna send it back in for a restall and get it tightened up a little bit, because we haven't even begun to bring the power in yet. So now as we're coming up here, we want to watch, VSS1 rear wheel speed. You guys already know. So our spark is curving in, motor starts getting happy, and then rear tires get too happy. So using traction control, watch spark advance, tank, and that's right at our top of first gear. That's right when it starts coupling nice and hard and making the beans. So we pull all our power, and then I lift. I do the 1-2 shift and let her settle. And so here is second gear. I get back into it, and it flashes up again. Rear wheel speed does have a little bit of a delay, so you need to kind of like connect the dots here. So engine flashes back up, and that's because rear wheels flare up again. So I kind of just let her ride out on that, because it wasn't spinning crazy, and I knew that traction control is pulling a lot of timing, so kind of let her eat there. Stayed into it on second gear, and it managed to bite and keep going. So this was our 720 pass, and yeah, this was like, so we got 5 passes on the first day, and there's our 2-3 shift and our recovery RPM with our torque converter 6150. And notice right here, I'm still trying to get, so I'm dialing in boost scramble, and what I'm doing there, you notice, target's 150, actual is 135, so it's not tracking target yet, but that's okay. It is coming up. I'm basically just creeping up on the boost duty cycle because I don't want to overshoot it. All I've pretty much ran is 5 pounds, and so it's easier just to work on up and hit your target and then move up to the next step after you're set for said target. So yeah. So other than that, that was our pass we just saw in the in-car. It's a lot going on in that short amount of time though. So day 1, we got 5 passes in. This was a test and tune for a no prep event the next day, and we weren't allowed any test hits on day of. So basically I got a 155 60 foot rolling in there, and every time I tried to make it better, I tried to add power, and it would just progressively get worse. I tried playing with suspension adjustments, tire pressure, but the track just wasn't there, man. I tried going from 15 to 14 degrees of timing initially off the hit, and it spun right off the hit. I tried ramping in harder and it spun. So yeah, it is what it is. And just in case you didn't believe how slick the track was, here's my dad making a pass. Yeah, his car basically hooks on a mud puddle, but this just goes to show it was not my car. Everyone was spinning that day, man. It was very no preppy out there. So after our 5 test hits, everything looked good, so we went ahead and drew chips and entered the no prep event. This was a street DOT tire class, so I was on my drag radials, which is not ideal for no prep, as you all know, but we made it work. We gave it our best. The car was going straight all on day 1, like straight as an arrow, so felt pretty good about it all. I don't have any in-car footage for this run, unfortunately. Just know I was reeling him in at the top end. He got me by a car and a half though. So our first ever grudge race and first time running against another car in this brand new build. It went decent. So they started everybody at the 60 foot mark. This was a Crazy Kelly no prep event, and they really try to stick with the no prep deal. I guess previously it was too darn sticky, and so yeah, they continually move the starting line to just keep it nice and slick, even that playing field. So it spun real bad off the hit, as you probably saw, and I pedaled, got back into it, but no, his car hooked pretty good, man. He's second in points, so yeah, his car worked. He'd been running all season, so he's dialed, and I'm not. If I keep going with the no prep stuff, I'm definitely going to add a weight bar in the back. I had a full tank of fuel. It's a 15-gallon fuel cell, but it just wasn't enough, man. So yeah, pedaled hard. I didn't have boost scramble dialed yet. I tried grabbing it just for a second at the end, but nah, he was gone. I mean, I closed it up from 2-car gap to a car and a half probably. Like, I just started reeling him in, like, once it started hooking, but didn't matter. And I just didn't manage to get some in-car footage on this one. My SD card went full, and I thought I had more time pulling up and running, but I did not. So yeah, at risk of making people late, I just, threw all my stuff on and got out there, but gave it our best. I got no complaints at all, man. So they were nice enough to open up the track for test and tune passes, so went ahead and took another hit here. I did get boost scramble bumped up, and it did basically track target. So this was a 735 at 99.3. I'm almost breaking 100 in the 8th. while spinning. I pedaled twice on this one. So we went ahead and called that good. Boost scramble followed target in third, just like we wanted, and I didn't feel like trying to spin in third gear because I spun everywhere else on the track. So went ahead and called it good. So now we're just going to go ahead and get ready for a prep event and see about turning this thing up.